There's just blood and all sorts of cool stuff, like violence and gore. But not real gore. Cool gore. So we are going to take a look at Zombicide and Black Plague. My wife was a little concerned about this game, and it turns out the title is a reference to the bubonic plague and not the integration of the American school system. This game is now Lashonda approved. So we bought this game with our semi-earnings from the Mishap Painting Contest. So I heard people like zombies, and I heard people like this game, so...
Alright, so let's open this thing up.
Let's open it up. I gotta say, and this was a comment LaShonda made, this is a hefty box. And there's just something about getting a hefty box that just, you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Even if you are objectively not, you just feel like, oh, I just got this brick full of stuff. And so this is a heftier magazine than I anticipated. I played a little bit of the original. It seemed to play very... Oh, these are different quests. All right, let's get into it. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is why I don't buy Apple products, because their boxes look terrible.
Have you ever opened up an Apple product?
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't get a lot of violent artwork all over it.
Right.
You know? I'm very tired. I did not sleep at all last night, so... anyways. Okay, I think this is where all the miniatures are, so we'll save the cool for last. Alright. And... You know what? Even though this is just filling, it's very thematic. So we got a lot of boards. Character cards, cool. Got some punch outs and board tiles. We've got a lot of board tiles. Look how it lays out. There you go. What are they, double? Yep, double-sided, so... Got some character cards. Ta-da. Here they are. Well, that's done. And... Because like any man, I like a nice sculpt. And here are all the... What are these? There you go.
Wow.
Oh, this is starting equipment, so... One of them, you might start with something like that, and then I guess you can get new equipment. That, ta-da.
And maybe you can...
Maybe. I don't know.
You can stick things in like that.
Oh! Yeah, like that's probably your inventory. No, I wish they had included things like this in other games. These allow you to define your character in a non-destructive manner. You just slip that on. You're the blue one. So if you for those who don't paint their minis or do things like that, or you're playing with them before you paint them, I thought like I would like this, but I was surprised by these trays.
You could paint those trays too, make them like individualized.
You know, no, I didn't think about that, but yeah, you could weather them, kind of make them look like they're wood.
Yeah. Or
metal. You could do one wood, one metal, one... What does this say? 1, 2... Whoa! There are more than 4. I thought there was only going to be 4. We have 6. 6 of them. So you got wood, metal, stone, wine, art. You know, this is, you know what? Yeah, they're not great. I mean, the mold lines are definitely there and kind of annoying looking, so they're okay. But they're pretty, they're very dynamic poses.
These will be some interesting figures to paint too, because certainly realism is not the...
These are very, you know, they're in a fantasy environment. Could be fun to experiment doing things in a different way. Or just like, it's just not so serious. I guess this is fantasy, because I'm assuming this is a dwarf, not just some very
short
muscular
man.
Short guy. So I'm assuming he's a wizard. So I'm assuming this is not just set in the medieval period. I think it's actually maybe a fantasy world. I mean, obviously it has zombies, but clearly zombies exist in the real world in so many other lores. We got dice. Very unimaginative dice. But no, this is actually the worst part so far.
Yeah.
And
markers.
I have no idea.
They go.
Oh, they probably go in here.
Pegs.
These picks. A lot of zombie. Like we've got layers and layers of miniatures, and it seems like they were initially packed kind of okay, but they've since kind of fallen all over the place. You know, but it does seem like the miniatures are tough enough. It does seem like a softer plastic than some, but there's just so many of them. Yeah. You know, even if they're not the greatest quality, there's so many of them. There even seems to be a decent variety. Not a crazy amount of variety, but these are clearly the same unit, but different sculpts. So I appreciate... I think it's just these two. Oh no, there's 3 sculpts for these type. Oh, what's this guy? These must be the special zombies. And they do actually, these two do seem to be like a slightly higher build. I don't know how to explain it. There's not as much crap like flash and whatever on it. Look at this. See that there? See that? All right, and looky here. So it's basically showing you how to set up your miniatures in these inserts so that you can continue to store your game in this box. Most board games, they give you a box, you open it up, and you're like, oh, how did any of this fit in here? How do I, the way it's organized is horribly put together. The miniatures are just thrown in some bag, and you're trying to find some other solution. And all this, although this packaging, I mean, it's not an ideal, it definitely works, or works okay. Most of the miniatures that had shifted down there did not shift that much. But all that to say, you know, I can put these in here, and ta-da, very nice. Very...
On a scale of like 8 to 13, what would you rate the packaging of this game?
I would rate it as very competent.
Dun-dun.
But overall, my initial impressions are kind of exceeded. I was not expecting these, and I was not expecting these. I mean, I wasn't expecting these either, but I don't know what this means. But these and these, even though I'm sure these cost like nothing, probably just a couple cents to provide them. I appreciate it. Most games don't. And these, this is nice. It really feels like you're getting your money's worth as far as, you know, a miniature board game is concerned. So please subscribe. Please like our stuff. You know, any kind of comments or gentle nudges in a direction that you would like the show to go, or kind of encouraging us about the parts of the show that are working, that'll actually go a long way, especially at this stage of the game. Thank you. Love you all platonically.
Okay, magnification times 100 for starters.
Good. Reverse the image.
That's the best reflection of what she was seeing that we've got.
What's that there? Looks like a guy in a t-shirt.
Yeah, resolution isn't very good.
Yes, it is.